No, but that's not true. Back in the 40s and 50s, people came out.
When? When did you hear
That guy
about it?
Rock Stone or whatever his
Who?
name was. What was that guy's name? Something Stone or
Rock Hudson?
Rock Hudson.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. He never came out until later on in life. That kind of information. Let's put you this way: it never specifically came out. People had an idea of it, but it never. He even married someone purposely. He did movies with
Did he
women
have
and
kids?
everything. No, but never where it was like today, where every celebrity that's gay and that isn't.
Well,
Never.
let's put it this way, Peter. When you see the shows of years ago, right? Don't you see a difference?
Oh.
When you see the shows like Leave It to Beaver, where would you ever see a show like that?
Well, look at the
Never.
Brady Bunch. You never knew that the father
Right, but
was.
I'm saying they don't make
Yeah.
pictures like that no more
That
because
was a
because
surprise.
because that show went a little bit, not exactly, went a little bit with the times that we were living
Yep.
in 1970,
When
71,
did that come
72.
out? The late '60s? I
Yeah,
think '60s, right? The
yeah,
Brady Bunch.
yeah, late 60s, early 70s. And those shows represented very close to what the times were like back then. See? Just like Leave It to Beaver, that represented similar, not exactly, but similarities. But as I told you before, that the early 60s was still very good. The early 60s was still very good. Then as you got to like the middle 60s,
Yeah, things
a little
changed
bit it
then.
started changing. It
Sure,
was still
things
good
started
though.
changing.
It was
Some
still good though. It wasn't bad.
yeah, but
But
it
when you got
started
into the late
changing.
60s, that's when the change started
Yep,
coming. The late
absolutely.
60s. That's when drugs were coming out, and you heard about hippies. You know what I mean?
Yes, a lot of
That
stuff.
started changing. But don't forget, our families were still together. I'm talking about like the Italian families. Your American people were always more to divorce. American people would divorce a lot easier
Plus,
than
Pat, you
Italian
know what?
people.
There were a lot more
Then,
moms that were at home then. You didn't have
then,
moms going to work still.
then.
That did not happen until later on. More
See,
moms were at home. Families were, a lot more
then it was
tied
like that.
together as families.
But then Italy started changing like everything else, and interracial again. All different types of people. If you go to Italy, at one time there's probably a big percentage of Italians living there, but then everything started changing. If you go to Italy today, it's like over here, if not worse.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, yeah. You hear a lot of people saying it.
Yeah.
If you go in the big cities, it's like that. It's gotta be. You go to Rome, you go to Milano, you go to places like that, definitely. I mean, I'm sure you got your good